business funding videos, I need you to drop some flames in the chat. Let me know if you guys are eager to hear more about business funding because we looked at a lot of our customers that are commenting. Some of them have between a 640 all the way up to an 800 credit score. So we wanted to talk about business funding and how you get it in 2025. So I know everybody's been going crazy about Chase and getting $50,000 cards. Let me tell you, when it comes to Chase and certain other banks, US Bank, they want relationship. So I'm here to tell y'all right now before we get deep into this, a lot of these banks want you to have a relationship. And as you guys come on, let me know in the chat that you can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me as you come into the chat. All right. So we're talking about these different banks, they're looking at relationship. They want to make sure that you're going to stick with them and that you're going to be a customer. So one of the best ways to do that is to set up a business checking account. Now, if it helps you, also set up a business savings account. And a lot of people ask me this. They're like, Marvin, how much should I deposit? Well, I'm telling you what works for the customers that we've helped get funded before. Usually between 1,000 and $5,000 is the best amount to start off a checking account with. Now, think about this: if you're a business, would you like somebody to get a free checking account, or would you like somebody to get a paid checking account? So a lot of times when you're joining these banks, think about getting a paid checking account because with the paid checking account, now they're able to make money. Okay, let's keep it 100. They're able to make money off you. So if you let them make some money, guess what happens? It improves your chances of getting approved for the business credit cards. Now, let's talk about the order of getting approved. And if you guys have not saw it, we dropped a video Sunday where we dove into 3 credit unions that do business funding. So not only do they do personal funding, they do business funding. Navy Federal, Connexus, and Four Leaf Federal Credit Union. Check out the video that I dropped Sunday. It's a lot of sauce in there. I went over what bureau they pull, what order of the stack to do, and also how to join. So I want you guys to check out the video that I dropped on Sunday if you really want to learn more about how to get your business funded. And it depends on where you live at. Like I love credit unions, but we got several banks, we got several lenders, we got a bunch of places we can tell you guys where to get funded from. So as we're doing this, guys, make sure you drop some questions in the chat. So make sure you drop some questions in the chat. So towards the end of this, I want to answer some questions and I want to make sure that I'm getting you guys involved. So let me know if you guys got any questions that you want answered. Just throw it in the chat. I want to make sure you guys are excited. You guys are getting your questions answered. And I want to make sure you guys are, really happy with the content that we're getting ready to produce. So I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. So throw it in the chat. I'm also going to jump on my computer to make sure I'm not having any technical difficulties because sometimes with YouTube, man, I've had all kinds of stuff happen. My audio go out, all kinds of stuff. So if you guys can hear me, drop it in the chat. There we go. There we go. All right. Shark Smith. Hello, hello. I got my chat working. Guys, drop some questions in the chat. Let me know it's working. We got Aloysa on here. Aloysa, can you please drop the link so they can direct message me? I don't know if you guys have heard this yet, but now YouTube has direct messages. So now you're able to direct message me back and forth on YouTube. I'm so excited about that. I don't know what to do. And as you come in here, drop your credit score in the chat so that I can talk about which credit unions are more favorable to certain credit scores. Now, let's go back to the business funding. So we talked about being able to set up a business checking account, putting $1,000 to $5,000 into a business checking account. Now, of course, you had good check systems if you were able to get into the bank, right? Next, let's start talking about the products because this is what everybody's here for. How do I get business funding? How do I get it? I just was on a call where listening to Aloysa on a call, and we had somebody they were like, hey, I want business funding. I want SBA. We looked at their credit and there was nothing on the lady's credit. She had no revolving credit, nothing on there. Let me tell you, it's going to be a lot harder if you don't have anything on your credit report. So, guys, remember, you got to have a good credit mix, we call it, which means you need a mortgage, if possible. You don't have to have one, but let's say you need a mortgage, you need revolving accounts, you need a car loan or a paid off car loan. You need something that shows the bank that, hey, I've dealt with credit before. You need a five to $10,000 credit card that's 3 to 5 years old. So let's think about, I got a decent credit report. Now I can ask for business funding. And I'm gonna tell you a great way to figure out if you're gonna get approved for business funding. A lot of these banks have soft pulls now, which means a lot of them are letting you see if you're pre-approved before you apply. So the good thing about most of these banks now, you're able to test the waters out to see if you can actually get approved for the business side. So the way I like to do it sometimes, not all the time, but I like to do a soft pull approval, which if you don't know what that is you're doing a soft inquiry to see if you qualify. Then if you qualify on the personal side, guess what? You probably qualify on the business side. We call that double dipping, which means you get a personal card first, then you get the business card because they approve you on one side, they should approve you on the other side. So now we're talking about business credit cards. So we got business credit cards, we got business loans, we got business lines of credit, we got vehicle loans that under the business, and then we have commercial vehicle loans and commercial real estate. So some banks are very favorable when it comes to secured products. What do I mean by secured? A vehicle, a building, apartment building. They like secure products. Banks feel really good about dealing with secure products. So, what I want you guys to realize, if you haven't checked out this last video on Sunday, make sure you watch it. And then, for those of you who are thinking, Marvin, I get a lot of this, but I'm a little confused on where to go first, which order to do it in. Because if you're doing a business credit stack, what we call it, when you're trying to get multiple approvals within a short period of time, trust me, guys, you want to be careful of the order that you apply. So let's just say, for example, Chase is one of these banks. I will put that at the top of my list because they have what's called a 5 and 24 rule, which means you can't have more than five inquiries or five new credit cards within 24 months. Otherwise, automatic denial. So if you guys didn't write that down, write that down. If you have five new credit cards on your personal credit, and you go to apply for Chase, you're probably going to get automatically denied. So the reason why I'm saying the credit stack matters, you need to really concentrate on, make a plan. Like just don't wake up one day and, hey, I want to do a credit stack. Sit down and make a plan to say, hey, I got this credit union I researched, this bank, this lender, whatever it is. Make a plan, guys. Don't just go out here because you heard something over here on YouTube or you heard something over there and you're confused about what's the best. We offer a Zoom strategy call. I'm going to invite you guys. We're offering a Zoom strategy call. Aloysia, please drop it in the chat for those of the people, who want to make sure they get it right. Get on our Zoom call. Yes, we do charge a fee, but we're going to help you get the maximum amount of funding that you possibly can get. So I got somebody that says they have a 720 credit score. So let me say this. So many people are caught up in score. 720 is excellent, by the way. Let me say that first off. 720 is absolutely excellent. But what you want to do is make sure you have balanced credit. And what I mean by balanced credit, you want 3 to 5 credit cards, $5 to $10,000. You want a paid off auto loan or either a current auto loan that's anywhere from 2 to 4 years old. Hopefully, if you got a mortgage, yes, that shows, the bank, that shows lenders that you're really serious about what you're doing and you've taken great care of your credit. Now, if you got a 720 and you just got out of credit repair, it's not the same as somebody that had a 720 that's got a mortgage, a car loan, 3 credit cards, and less than 3 inquiries in the last 6 months. That's almost a perfect file. Because I'm telling you guys, I've seen people stack authorized users. And let me tell y'all, if anybody got any questions, throw them in the chat. But authorized users sometimes can hurt you. Because say you're going to Navy Federal, for instance, and you already got an authorized user for $20,000, but now you're trying to apply for a credit card. Guess what? They see that you got access to that 20,000. Your approval may not be that high. So whatever authorized users that you have, go to another institution. Don't go to the same institution, if that makes sense. And thank you for saying you appreciate it. Do me a favor, guys. Share this live with one other person. Can y'all do me a favor? Share this live with one other person that you know needs to hear this. So do me a favor, guys. Share it. Then you guys can give us what is it, the super gifts or something on here. Aloysia, what is it that they can do? They can be the top fan or the number one fan. If you guys wanna buy a chat, I think it is, or something. I can't remember what it is. But if you want to do that, jump in there. I'll see if I can answer whatever questions that you guys want, because I want to make sure that you guys get the information that you need. I want you to get the funding that you want in 2025. And so the person with the 720 says, I got a mortgage, paid off 3 car loans, 2 credit cards for 20,000. I don't have business though. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, you might want to get on there and set an appointment. I'm inviting everybody on here. I'm going to invite you. It's a one-on-one Zoom call where we look at your credit, which sounds like you got great credit. We're going to look at how old your LLC is. Your LLC making any money? And then we're going to design a credit stack where we can actually help you guys get the funding that you need. Yes, we do have a fee. We'll jump on the call. Let's see if we can even help you. Let's do that first. We'll explain our entire program. What we normally do is we look at your credit first. So please have a credit monitoring ready so we can look at it. So then we look at it, we see what your credit looks like. We may make some suggestions. Sometimes we call the bureaus right after we get started, and then we actually apply for the funding right there on the Zoom call. There's no waiting. There's no, we're going to do it for you. We're literally teaching you while we're doing this. We're helping you walk through the application and get approved. We get approvals every day, guys. And then don't be afraid if we say, hey, you're not ready for business credit. We need to help you with more personal credit. Because Aloysia was just on the phone with somebody, and we had to basically tell them, you're not ready. She had no credit cards. She had a 682 credit score, but had absolutely no credit cards. You're not ready for business funding, because the bank is going to look at you like you haven't even worked on your personal credit. So why would we give you business credit? Then they said they had docs. I didn't hear the whole call. So let me say this: documentation does help. So let me be clear with that. Documentation does help. I know the whole YouTube and the internet is all crazy about no docs. Let me tell you, if you got a job, you can show payroll, pay stubs, and you can show taxes. That will improve your chances, even with a bad credit score. Let me tell you, somebody on here that may have a 640 credit score, but you got pay stubs, you have a low DTI, which is debt to income ratio, which means you got a $10,000 credit card, but your balance is 2,000. That means you have a 20% debt to income ratio. And then you got pay stubs and taxes. Even though you got a 640, you might get an approval. But let me say this: a lot of you guys are sitting around with collections just because you're mad. Please stop being mad. That being mad about a collection could stop you from getting 50 or $100,000, which could change your business and it could change your life. Guys, we're here to help you guys change your life. You might be one funding round away from changing your whole life. Does that make sense? Can y'all put some flames in the chat if you felt that? If that made some sense to you, do me a favor, drop some flames in the chat so I know that you guys are understanding what I'm saying, because I want you guys to get the funding that you need in 2026. I think I said 2025 a minute ago. I meant to say 2026. And Loisa, make sure we change this title. But anyway, I want you guys to be excited. I want you guys to know that you may be one funding round away. So I just did a video, right? It was on Navy Federal. That's if you got military in your family. If you don't have military, no worries. I did 3 credit unions. I did one on Connexus Credit Union. And with Connexus, they only have business credit cards, but it's better than nothing. And then the last one I did was Four Leaf Federal Credit Union. Now, that one there, they got everything. I mean, they got the business credit cards. You can get vehicle loans. You're talking about commercial real estate. It's a lot of loans out there if you position yourself correctly. Now, let me tell you what I mean by position yourself. Set up that business checking account. Make sure you put 1,000 to 5,000 in there. After that, we talked about the products. One of the easiest products to start off with, if you got good credit, let me just say this 720, 700 and above, I would go for the business credit card. Now, let me relate to the people who have challenge credit. Don't give up if you got a business, but your credit is challenged. Set up a secured business card or a secured business loan, which means you're going to spend the money anyway, right? You got to go buy supplies tomorrow. You got to go buy inventory. So get a business secure card, guys. Even if you got bad credit, because as you're working on your credit, at least you got the relationship. Look, I'm getting sick of seeing credit reports with Ava and Kickoff and Credit Strong and all of this kind of stuff. While you're wasting time with credit builders, you can actually set up a real relationship with a real credit union or a real bank. Does that make sense? I want you guys to hear what I'm saying. You can set up a relationship with a real bank or a real credit union, even if you started out with 300 bucks. Let's say you can only start out with 300 bucks or 500 bucks on a secure card for the business. That's better than nothing because you can't replace this time, guys. This time is going to keep going by whether we want it to or not. So if you actually set up a business security card, you keep that card going, you fix your credit, now you're in position. They'll say, hey, you know what, Mr. Smith, I see that you've been a great customer. We're going to give you, we're going to graduate that card, or we're going to tell you to close that card and let's open up an unsecured card. Now you got it, guys. You got it. Does that make sense? Like one of the credit union that I know does this a lot is First Tech Credit Union. So First Tech Credit Union, they're out west. They're for personal credit. So if you got trouble with your personal credit, you might want to set up First Tech Credit Union with a secured card and then graduate to an unsecured card. We had a guy that did this with a $300 secured card. After 6 months, they gave him a $15,000 unsecured card. If you like those kind of results, guys, throw some flames in the chat. Tell me those are the kind of results you want. So somebody just asked, what interest rate should I be looking for on a business loan? So let me say this. First of all, a lot of banks are not giving out business loans unless you've been with them at least 6 months to a year. That's number one. Number two, they're going to want 2 years taxes, a profit and loss, and a balance sheet, and maybe pay stubs unless you do W-9 or owner's drop. So keep in mind, a lot of these banks, or credit unions both, they're going to want documentation for loans. Now, credit cards, that can be totally different. On the credit card side, you might get an unsecured credit card anywhere from 3,000 all the way up to 50,000 depending on your relationship, your time with the bank, and your comparable credit. Now, I want to address one other thing that a lot of people have asked me before, and they're like, hey Marvin, my business credit cards are maxed out. Can I get more? I want to tell y'all something that a lot of people are not telling you on the internet. If your business credit cards are maxed out, make sure that you're aware that bankers, especially, I'm not gonna say all of them, but I'm gonna tell you a majority of them, they pull an Equifax commercial credit report. They can see those credit cards. Did y'all hear me? They can see those credit cards. So, years ago, we could get business credit cards and we could charge them all the way up, and the bank kind of didn't care. They it was a different time then. But now when they see those cards maxed out, and I'm telling you about Chase in particular. So one of my Chase bankers said, Marvin, if they're already maxed out on a $50,000 credit card, he said it's in their best interest to pay that card down 50%. Get it down below 25,000 if you got a $50,000 limit. And guess what? Now you can get another credit card from Chase. But if you're walking around and all your business credit cards are maxed out, you're not going to get those approvals that you're thinking. So we just had a talk with a lady today. She has an 805 credit score. She had at least four business cards, but every last business card was maxed out. What I'm trying to tell you is you need to pay those down before you can get more cards or get increases. So I want to make sure you guys understand that and you really, get that figured out that you may need to actually pay those things down. Now, I need to know, drop some credit scores in here. We got a few people on this live. Guys, drop some credit scores in here. Let's talk about the credit unions that you like. Let's talk about the credit unions that you're a part of and let me know where you're struggling at. Are you having problems getting approved? If you're having problems getting approved, let's talk about why. Uh, some of the credit reports I look at every day is collections, stuff that you're mad about and you don't want to pay off. And I'm like, look, pay that off before we even talk about business funding. It makes no sense. All right, the next thing I see a lot of is inquiries. That's why I'm telling you, if you want us to help you, if you want us to guide you through a very successful credit stack, y'all need to book that call. Aloysia is dropping it in the chat. Now, I tell everybody, have a 700 credit score or better when you book that call. If you have less than a 700 credit score, let's work on something else. Let's help you get some credit repair, but don't book that call. I'll leave something in the description that can help you if you have less than a 700 credit score. But if you got a 700 credit score, 2 years in business, and you have some documentation, I will book that call and let us help you get six figures or more. Now, I want to flip the subject a little bit. Sherelle, thank you. She says she has an appointment. All right, we got people booking appointments. Let's go. All right, I want to say one more thing about SBA. If you guys want more SBA videos, drop some flames in the chat. Put SBA and a flame in the chat if you want more SBA videos. Because what I want to help some business owners do who are ready. Now, I've had some business owners jump on my call and they're like, Marvin, I'm ready for SBA, but they don't have any taxes. Let me tell you right now, majority of the programs that SBA has, you have to have documentation. All right, you got to have 2 years taxes, a balance sheet, profit and loss, a debt schedule, a personal debt schedule, a decent credit score, and you got to have business and personal taxes. If I didn't say personal, business and personal. So like this is 2026. So you're gonna need 2024 taxes and you're gonna need 2025 taxes. So make sure that you have both sets of taxes. If you don't, then guess what? We got different partners that we work with. We can help them help you do your taxes so you can be eligible, to get the SBA. But I just want you guys to know if you're open to SBA loans, you want to hear more business funding videos, drop SBA and some flames in the chat. Let me know that you guys are paying attention. And do me a favor. Let's share this video with one more person. The share button is right there on the right, on the bottom. Hit share. Share this video with somebody else, guys. Let's get in here. Let's get going and ask some questions. I was just on a live. I helped out a friend of mine. Her name is Anetta, and she had about 150 people on, and we ended up helping one of her students, her new students. She's into digital marketing, and we helped her get approved. Her name is Anetta Powell, and she does a lot with digital marketing. We were able to get some of her students approved. I talked to them on Saturday. We were able to get them approved and she had money in her account on Monday. So we talked to somebody Saturday, they had money in their account. Let me tell you, the people who are setting these appointments today, if you get an appointment before 1 o'clock, you got a great chance. If it's personal credit, we can get you funded the same day. If it's business credit, it depends on if you got a relationship and if we're going for credit cards and if you have documentation. It's a lot going on when it comes to the business side. But let's talk about having your business set up correctly. I get this question a lot. Marvin, do I need a virtual office? Sometimes a virtual office helps. Excuse me. Sometimes a virtual office helps and sometimes it hurts. We were at US Bank trying to get one of our people approved, and they couldn't verify the virtual office. So they told us to tell the business owner to put the address at their house. So it's not bad to have a home address on your business. So if you guys got a home address, don't freak out. Don't get scared that, hey, should I get a virtual office? Let us get in one of these Zoom calls and kind of look at what you got going on and let's figure it out. So Tyrone Johnson, how you doing? Tyrone says he has a 715. All right, congratulations, Tyrone. Sounds like you did a great job with your credit report. Now, Tyrone, I want to ask questions like, do you have a mortgage? Do you have three or more credit cards? How many credit cards you got? Do you have paid off car loans? Because this is what separates your 715 from a thin file. So we call people that don't have a lot of credit, we call them thin files. So I don't want you having a thin file and we're not really able to help you get your credit approved. So let me know in the chat if you're still there, Tyrone. Let me know what kind of credit file do you have? Do you have mortgage? Do you got car loans? What do you have so we can figure out what we can do to help you? And guys, get in this chat. Let me know that you guys are here. Let's ask some questions. So somebody put SBA. Yes. All right. If you want SBA material, I'm gonna work on some SBA videos so that we can get you guys prepared. But let me say this, guys, because we've had to have this talk with several of our people when they get on our Zoom calls. Don't be afraid to get personal loans or personal credit cards. As long as you're going to pay it and your business hasn't made any income, your business is brand new, it's okay to get some personal income to build up. Now you can get better personal relationships. So, say for instance, that we got you $40,000 on the personal side, right? Now you can go put 2,000 in one bank, 2,000 in another credit union, 2,000 in another credit union. And guess what? Use the debit cards. Now you're building a business relationship. Does that make sense? If we got you money on the personal side so you could, use money on the business side, it's worth it. So Tyrone says, Mr. Marvin, I don't have none of them. All right. Well, I need you to get with First Tech Credit Union. Okay. See if you can get with first. Well, I know you can get with them. You got a good enough score. I would go to First Tech Credit Union. I would set up a security card. If you can get in Navy Federal, I would get in Navy Federal. And then let me give you another sleeper, Tyrone. Set up Mission Lane. Mission Lane. That's another credit card that if you got a 715 credit score with no negatives, but you don't have any credit, Mission Lane would be a good credit card for you to start out with. All right. Make your own luck. All right, we got a question. It says, how many primary trade lines do you need? Some people say 3 to 5, others say 8 to 10. Which is it? Well, I'm gonna put it like this. I would like for you, if you're asking me, the file that I like to see, mortgage, 2 to 2 car loans, or a paid off car loan, a current car loan, 3 to 5 credit cards. So I'm gonna say, let's say 3 credit cards, car loan, mortgage. So that's what, 5 trade lines. I believe five, the more the merrier. The more you got, the better. Some people are afraid, like, I don't want too many trade lines. Get credit cards, get, loans as long as you can afford it. That's what I'm gonna say. Is nothing wrong with getting points on the airline. Is nothing wrong with your favorite department store that you're gonna use. My big thing is you get the credit cards that you're gonna use. Like, don't just go out and get something because you saw it on Instagram or you saw it on YouTube. Get a credit card or a line of credit or bank with somebody that's close to you. Like, if you got a better bank or community bank by your house, trust me, a lot of people don't realize this. The small banks got all the money, and you got a better chance at meeting the president of the bank. If I were you, I tell everybody go to a smaller bank, okay? A smaller credit union. You know why? You got a chance to meet the president. You have a chance to meet the decision maker. That's why I like credit unions because in the bigger banks, most people don't realize this. Chase and Wells Fargo, they're built for corporations. They're built for people making, 300 to 500,000 a year even on their salary. So they're not built for the entrepreneur that's bootstrapping, that's trying to get their business going. You want to have a relationship with the president or the vice president or the decision maker. You give it up, y'all. If y'all getting what I'm saying, drop some flames in the chat. If you guys are understanding what I'm saying, please drop some flames in the chat. I want to make sure I'm giving y'all the sauce that y'all really understand. And see, a lot of times people run out of business. They go out of business because of a lack of money, not because of a lack of ideas. So then we're thinking like, all right, my mom and dad told me don't get in a lot of debt. Okay, think about this. We're not just trying to get in debt. Mom and dad was right. Don't just get in debt buying stuff around the house or buying things. Get in debt buying assets, guys. Does that make sense? We're not, we're talking buying assets. Like let's buy a duplex. Let's buy a Tesla so that we can do Uber. You know, let's buy a Tesla so that we can have the taxis that are going to be driving around picking up people while you're asleep. Let's get assets. I'm not telling you to go get a bunch of credit cards to go on vacation. What I'm saying is you get these credit cards, you get these high limits so that you can buy rental property, so that you can buy equipment for the business that you're in, so that you can make payroll for the business that you're starting. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not telling you to go out and buy a Cuban link or go out to Louis Vuitton and Gucci and go on a shopping spree. What I'm saying is get assets, start a business, leverage. There you go, LaShonda. LaShane, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. LaShane. She's saying it exactly right. What you want to what you guys want to do is leverage. You want to get to the bag, I call it. You know, you want to be able to get there. And guys, if you're excited about this, you're enjoying this live, do me a favor, drop more flames in the chat. And those of you with a 700, 800 credit score, you're a little confused about what bank, what credit union, what order, how do I start a relationship? Who do I start a relationship with? This is where I'm going to invite you guys to our business strategy call on Zoom. It's on Zoom. I've had some people like, Marvin, you didn't call me. I didn't say this was a phone call. This is a Zoom call. Do me a favor, please download the app and also have your credit monitoring ready. We are all about results. You know, we're all about results. We want to help you guys get to the next level. I want nothing but success stories on here. I want to be able to hit this button and bring on somebody that's a success story. If you guys, if we've already helped you and you want to be on one of our lives, DM me. Aloysa, make sure you let everybody know we have direct messaging now on YouTube. So if you're on your mobile device, you can sign up to direct message me. All right, somebody says, I don't have an idea of what business to start. Maybe real estate. Well, I'm gonna tell you one of the best businesses. I've been telling a lot of people this lately because a friend of mine, she does this challenge. Why not start a digital product with something that you're already good at? Does that make sense? Start a digital product, use ChatGPT, use Claude. Come up with a digital product that you can sell of something that you're already good at. You'll be surprised. There was a lady selling how to use Google spreadsheets and made all kinds of money, teaching people how to use Google spreadsheets with an ebook. So please tell me, sir. I don't know your name in here, but it's something that you're good at. You know, it's something that you're really good at. Think about making a digital product for whatever it is you're good at, and then by all means, I tell everybody this. I think new people that meet me are probably like, "That guy's crazy." I think everybody has a YouTube channel in them. I think everybody on this call right now on this YouTube live, I think all of you guys got a YouTube channel in you. And what I mean by this, like, in order for us, Glory and I, to make our businesses better, we jumped online. We started marketing. Now we've reached people all over the world. We've had people on our calls from Germany. We've had people on our calls from England. So if you guys are ready to take your business to the next level, it's all about leverage. But guess what? It's all about social media too. All right, here's another question. Hey, I'm new to your channel. Please invite me to your Zoom. All right, Aloysa, they're looking for you in the chat, Aloysa. Invite them to the Zoom. Give them the link. Let them jump on there. And hey, guys, let me go back to business funding because I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys the sauce. So I dropped a video on Sunday. So Robin, if you're new, subscribe, like, and share, and then go to our channel and look at our video that we dropped on Sunday. We went over three different credit unions where I went in deep detail about which product to get first. And so I'm gonna tell you when you're setting up business funding, you don't want to do too many business bank accounts in 1 week. Let me tell you that right now. These are the things not to do. Never, ever, ever open up 2 or 3 bank accounts in one day. You're going to flag yourself in check systems. Please write that down, guys. Do never, ever, ever open up more than one business bank account in 1 week. Well, if I were you, I would spread it out 1 to 2 weeks apart. I would not do it all in one day. I've had people that watch these videos and, oh my God, I'm going to sign up with Navy and I'm going to go to Chase and I'm going to go to Wells Fargo all in one day. And guess what happened? They ended up flagging themselves and they got denied because the bank thinks you're trying to commit fraud. So, guys, this is why I invite you to these business strategy calls because some of the things that you're thinking may get you a total denial. And you don't want that. You don't want to take an inquiry on your check systems. You may get an inquiry on your credit and you didn't know what you were doing. And I know we got some YouTube warriors out here, but YouTube warriors, we got some money magnets over here. Money magnets, let them know we're here, guys. Put some flames in the chat. Let them know that we're here, guys. All right, Robin says, I'm subscribed. I will go to your videos after this live. Don't want to miss your tips. Now, let me make sure I give you the structure of your business too, just so you'll get a good relationship with a bank. So either you want to set up an LLC or a corp if you guys are new, and even if you guys already have this, I want to make sure you guys got the basics. Let's make sure you got your EIN number. Let's also make sure you got your address, and then let me make sure you got your phone number and an email. And I'm not talking about your cell phone. It's an office. Aloysa, drop in their Opus so they'll learn about different virtual offices that include the phone number. So you want LLC, EIN number, address, phone number, professional email. Let me remember to add that in there. Also, get you a website. Don't just set up a business with the things and not have a website. This is 2026, guys. Set up a website and also make sure you got social media. A lot of these banks now, they going to Google you. You'll be sitting at their desk and they're going to Google your business while you're sitting there. So why not have a Facebook or an Instagram with your business? Let them know you have a social media presence, and make a couple videos. Let them know that you're trying to share this with everybody. All right, I think I got some good questions in here. Does Chase 5 and 24 rule apply to the business side? Yes. Yes, I've asked that question to my bankers several different times. Yes, it does apply. So I would wait till you have four. Wait till you got four. So you may have to let your credit age. All right. What do you think about getting a shelf company to build business credit? Yes, 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 yes. If you get on our business strategy call, we have those available as well. I love shelf companies. Now we can go down a rabbit hole with that. If you guys want me to do videos about shelf companies, put shelf in the chat. Drop shelf in the chat. And who asked that question? Make BTNL for you. If you look at one of my old lives, Gloria and I, we did a video on shelf companies. If you guys want me to do more on shelf companies, put shelf in the chat. Drop it off, guys. I'm doing these videos on live because I want to produce what you guys want to hear. So let me give you some sauce about shelf companies. All right, you got to be careful. Do not go out and buy those shelf companies that already say we got credit, we got business trade lines, we got this. That's BS, guys. Go out and get a shelf company. We have them. We have clean shelf companies. We like states like New Mexico because they don't show the owners, they don't show the transfer. We like states like Colorado, Wyoming, all of that. So if you're interested in shelf companies, you definitely want to jump on that Zoom call. So I'm inviting you guys. And when we get you on this Zoom call, I'm going to make sure Aloysa asks you some questions. We want to get into what do you guys really want to hear and what are you guys looking for and what's holding you back. That's the type of videos we want to make because we want to we want to help you guys by getting into your head to know what are the stumbling blocks. Sometimes you may be believing in a myth. It may not even be true. We want to help you guys get past the stumbling blocks and get past the ifs, the what ifs, and the maybes, and all that kind of stuff. I want you guys to be rock solid when it comes to getting the funding that you need for your business. And realize, let's go through the order again. So I told you early on in this call, you got to have your business setup, business checking account. All right, let's go from the basics. LLC, EIN number, address, phone number, email. Now we're going to get a business checking, business savings. Don't always go for the free, guys. Get a $99 account to let them know that you're serious. Next, we're going to apply for the business credit card first. Second, I would say get a business auto loan. We all got to drive. If you drive, you got a business auto loan. Then start talking about the business loan or the business line of credit. But I'm here to tell you, when you start asking for that business loan and that business line of credit, you need to have 6 to 12 months of a relationship. You need to be ready to show documentation. All the bankers I'm talking to, they're saying, Marvin, we want taxes. We want 2 years taxes. And those of you who are just sitting around like, I don't know, I don't know, Marvin. I want to do everything no doc. You can do that, but you're only going to get certain limits. You're going to get capped out at a certain point. Those of you who want 250 all the way up to a million, drop flames in the chat. Drop flames in the chat if you want 250 to a million in business funding, because you know what? That's the point when you're going to have to start showing taxes. All right. Business auto loan. So, Robin, I went over this I think I got a video coming up. I got a new video coming up. Oh, let me remind you guys, for those of you who are still on there, I got a members only section. I have a members only section. We got 2 levels. If you guys are ready, jump in our members only. Aloysia, you got to remind me all this stuff. We got a member only section where if you guys want to talk deeper, and we got a direct messaging now on YouTube. So somebody saying business auto loan. I don't know what you mean by why this type. I'm just saying if you want to get a relationship with a bank, if you're in business, guess what? You're probably driving a car and you're using that car for business. So why not get a business auto loan? It's a write-off on your taxes, number one. And then number two, you're building a relationship with the bank. So I would seriously think about that. And for those of you who want to DM me, we're dropping the invite on the link where you guys can DM me. I'm excited about talking to you guys. I'm excited about getting to know everybody on here. And guys, get in my membership, get in the DMs. Let's talk back and forth. Let's figure out what we got to do to get you to where you guys are awesome testimonies. I want you guys to be some super testimonies in 2026. I want to look back and say, I remember Robin asked me that question. I remember Tyrone, he didn't have any credit cards. And then I want to talk about you guys in December. Hey, Tyrone, you've been following me, and now look at what you got. Hey, Robin, now you jumped on that call. Look how much funding you got. These are the stories that we want to tell on this channel. So if you guys are excited, you guys want to do this type of stuff, do me a favor and drop flames and let me know that, hey, Marvin, I'm excited. I want to do this, and let us know exactly what you're trying to do and where you're trying to take your business, because we want to provide the information that's going to help you get there so that you guys are successful and you guys are able to take this business to a whole nother level. Because think about it, and I'm going to end off with this. Guys, you got to know your why do you want this business? Why do you want this money? You got to think about why you want this, and don't let anything get in your way going to get it. Does that make sense? Think about why. Like, why am I doing this? Why do I want this information? What business am I going to start? Like, I appreciate the guy that jumped on here earlier. He said, Marvin, I don't even know what business I want to start. I just know I want one. That's a good start. That's a good start. Now start writing it down. Start to write down, hey, I want to do this for financial freedom. I want to do this to retire my mother. I want to do this to take care of my children. Whatever it is, if you get that why going, the rest of it will start to come together for you guys. Are you guys hearing me? Do you guys hear me? If you write that why down, the rest of it is going to come together. You're gonna get what you want. So I got it. I got my assignment. So I need to make SBA videos. I need to make shelf company videos. And I need to keep telling you guys about lenders, right? So tell me, put it in the chat and let me know that you guys are ready for this. Like drop flames in the chat if you felt this live tonight. Drop flames in the chat if I touched something that you wanted to do or touch something where you want to go. Let me read these last couple questions. It says, do you need my email to send the Zoom link? Well, I don't need your email. I'm going to leave a link in the description after this so that you can get it. But Aloysia should have it in the chat. So go through the chat. You should see this link. All right, somebody else. Robin says, I'm ready. All right, Faker says, you are an honest person. Keep up the honest work. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just don't know, guys. These compliments make me feel so good. Glory and I work real hard on this. And I just want to say, guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. And my last one, Carl says, I'm Carl. Can you create an LLC just to sell digital products? Yes, yes, yes. And Carl, DM me. Carl, find this link so you can DM me. Also, guys, look right here. She just dropped the link. It's right here in the chat. I can see it. I hope you guys can see it. She just dropped the link for the Zoom call. Look, I can't wait to see you guys on the next live. I can't wait to see you guys in the DM, my members only. I want to see and talk to you guys, and I want to help you guys achieve your dreams. Thank you, everybody. Robin says she sees the link. Click on the link, Robin. And remember, guys, let's get to the money. Let's go. Let's go.